Man, it's been a day. So started about 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's I don't know 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And So far, just took a very brief, about a 30-minute. Had to go handle some business. Been back at it. Eat some sandwiches. Either out here in the shop or just run inside and stuff some food down my face real quick. But it's been a hell of a day here. But with that said, we've got a lot accomplished. All right. Um, the wiring is pretty well complete. There's still some organization to do, but it's pretty complete. And we had a hell of a time. Typical is one of these setups here, right? So you had some problems with some parameters on some sensors. Had a problem on termination at the connector on the ECU on one of them. It was pinned in the right place, but it just did not go down far enough to make good connection on the ECU, and so I wasn't seeing that input. Just working through a lot of stuff. Been a while since I played in HP tuners, so it took me a while to remember a lot of stuff. Had to spend a bunch of time on the interwebs, researching some information, found some good information to do this. Again, just as I always do, recap real quick. This is a Gen 1 small block Chevy, old school 350 Chevy, but it's got an LS computer, like from a 2000, or so vehicle, all right? And so it's got LS coils, LS throttle body. It's got, it thinks it's an LS, and then of course we did the transmission swap, took the T5 out, put this 4L80 in, did suspension work, did a 4 to 9 inch, did a UMI torque arm, had to do, you can see previous videos where I had to fabricate some subframe connectors and transmission cross member with a torque arm mount, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. Right now it's been all about just getting this thing running, and yesterday was actually the first time it fired. I wasn't really trying to get it started yesterday. I just wanted to see if there was life. I had downloaded a program into it. I wrote a beta file and downloaded into a program into it, and just curious. I was just trying to find out if the coils and the injectors were going to fire. I really didn't care if it ran good. I just wanted to see if it was going to fire. Step one, hit the key. It actually started, and I was kind of caught me off guard. But it did start. Didn't let it run more than 5 or 10 seconds. I wasn't ready for that. I got no water. Didn't have any fluid in the transmission. Didn't have power steering fluid in it. Nothing in the engine was really ready to run at that point. And so, and there was also still some termination of some wires still to go on it. But anyways. So then we got through and got out everything ready where we could actually run it, and of course it started right back up, but it just ran like crap. It had some problems. It was seeing a TPS value of 100%, even when the TPS wasn't being plugged in. It was it's got a 3-bar map sensor, and my original data that I saw that I was to use for this 3-bar map sensor ended up being incorrect. It was similar, it just wasn't right. And so it would read approximately 100 kPa with the engine off, key on, engine off, which is about normal. But when you started it up, it wouldn't hardly read any vacuum. It'd only go to a kPa of like 95, which, that's going to say that it's under a load. And so it's trying to add fuel. And so with the TPS sensor that was showing at 100% and a map sensor at 95 to 100, this thing was trying to kill it with fuel. Like I said, just had to work through a few things, some wiring, some programming, stuff like that. Again, been a while since I played an HP tuner, so it took me a while just to get navigated through it. But after a few hours this morning, I got where it fires up and run. It is by no means tuned, but it does fire up, it does idle, it has a decent sound to it. I will be able to get it on and off a trailer. again, we're busting butt trying to get to car show. We're going to be at Tulsa's Daryl Starbird's Rod and Custom Show, and that's only a few days away from now. And you can tell I'm not exactly done yet. And I ain't even washed this thing. This thing's just filthy still. So there's just a whole lot still to do, but we got the hardest parts done. You know, it does run. We can move it around, and got most of the wiring. There's still some cleanup to do on the wiring. We got most of it done. Right now, focusing on just some headlight issues that we had to get solved. Got just a couple of minor things as far as wiring underneath the hood, and it'll be ready. Now I can put my panel back over that covers the intercooler, and we got back seats in it today. I'm working on the console right now. I got the automatic shifter mounted. We got, had to make a cover plate for where the T5 transmission shifter came up. Got that. Then got the transmission shifter mounted. Now I just got to get the cable ran down to shift the transmission. That's what I'll be working on right at the moment here. But what the hell? Let's fire it up and show you what it runs. Nowhere near tuned. I just kind of put in what I thought would be good values for a V cable, for a timing cable. Lift it up and get it fired up. Anybody that's done one of these big conversions, something like this, whether they're putting on a Holly, whether they're putting on a Mega Squirt, a Haltech, whatever, where you're starting from scratch and you're building a wiring harness, you're doing the programming, you're doing everything like that. When this thing fires up, man, it's a good day. I'm just thrilled as hell. Still got a ways to go, but man, I'm just thrilled as hell that this thing's up and running now, and sounds halfway decent, got good oil pressure. So, man, it's a good day, like I said. Been a long day, but a good day.